Добър ден, почитувани гледачи! Денеска е събота, 4 април 2015 година и вие ја следите телевизиската програма Македонско издание, која што ја емитува својата 353 епизода. Ова емисија, како што веќе знаете, ве информира и ве забавува, а исто така и ви ја донесува вашата татковина во вашите домови. Јас сум Победа Пискачева, уредникот и водителот на оваа ваша програма, за која, секако знаете, е независна телевизиска продукција и вашата помош за обстојување на оваа емисија е многу значајна. Затоа апелираме да ги рекламирате вашите бизниси преку нас со оглед дека оваа телевизиска програма влегува во 4 милиони претплатнички домови во Онтарио и ви овозможува во исто толкав број на домови да се експонирате. Емисијава ја започнуваме со следнава порака. За да набавите возило со врвен квалитет по поволни финансиски услови, јавите се дени на телефон 905-881-3900 и прашајте за спектакуларниот попуст за месец април, во кој сите оние кои ќе финансираат или ќе земат на лизинг одредени врста на возила, ќе добијат додатни поволности. Освен Денис Пасовиќ, кој е генерален менеджер, можете да ги побарете Бане Јокиć, финансиски менеджер, и Рада Вазиć, кој е бизнис менеджер. Нова локација каде можете да ги добиете овие сите поволности е во Хај Парк на 3275 Данда Стрит, Вест Торонто, со телефон 416-762-7537. Обединетата македонска диаспора е една од организациите кои се залагаат за добробит на Македонија на сите полиња, како и за успешно презентирање на нашата диаспора во државите во кои сме иселени. На четвртата глобална конференција на Обединетата македонска диаспора, која се одржа во Скопје, меѓу многобројните гости беше и Срđan Kerim, кој ја отвори конференцијата. Неговиот говор привлече големо внимание и затоа пренесуваме делови од истиот. Проследете го петото продолжение од излагањето на господинот Срđan Kerim.
We cannot have us and them. We cannot divide ourselves on the grounds of government and opposition. There is everywhere government and opposition. The government is the one that proposes and adopts solution, and the opposition is the one that should offer better solution. And if the population is convinced that they are truly better, they will make a switch and come into power. Look at the democracies in Europe, our neighbors, not only in the region, but the other. Austria is also a neighboring country because you need only an hour to reach Austria. There the struggle, the democracy is perfected to that level that specific solutions are being discussed in various areas, in health care, education, science, and so on. We haven't reached that. We cannot have a consensus. We do not carry debates. We struggle and oppose. Even the media are taken in that hurdle of not having a constructive debate, but only to blame someone, to attack someone. Here we have Mrs. Jana Popovska. She's been dealing for years with a very important issue of protection of environment, gender equality, prohibition of the majority or minority language. With the majority-minority attitude, the great Russia was broken down. It was not a conspiracy theory of the US intelligence service that actually knocked down the world forces. That wasn't the reason. The reason was that the people don't want to be a minority in their own country. Everyone wants to be an equal citizen. John Kennedy is ethnical Irish. Robert De Niro is an ethnic Italian, but they are Americans, prominent actors that entered the history of the United States when it comes to the film industry. That's what we need. It's a fact that we are on a level of 25% of the GDP per capita in comparison to the European Union. That's very little, far from enough. And tomorrow we will approximate and we will become an EU member state. It's a fact that in education we have deficits. We don't have competent enough people. Competency and expertise cannot be measured on a national level. We need experts that are specific and that are experts in particular domains. We talk about huge unemployment rate, but that's due to the fact that we don't have the necessary experts desired by today's economic developments. When we talk about the economy, it's far from enough that the government will only adopt legislation. The objective judgment would be that we will recognize the efforts of the government. So the legislation that have been adopted as per the basic economic parameters have been well assessed by the IMF, by the external factors and other institutions, and they provide a good baseline for our economy, for the further development, but it's far from sufficient and enough. Where is the entrepreneurship? Where is the creation of competitiveness arena and quality? We lack all that. We cannot have the government to replace that through norms and standards and adoption of legislation. We cannot think that we change things, that we change the reality. We're far from that. The science, education and healthcare and the basic human needs will have to be met by integrating the entire society. And that is why I repeat, debate is key. It is a good example to open debates on all issues across our country to have all inclusive. And to conclude, I believe that these 3 days will be fully utilized to debate on various topics, but also to share and to spread the positive energy, the positive climate in which the diaspora will have its role, and that is that unity, being together, cannot be built through phrases and political propaganda, but through serious social debates through which the citizens will feel that they are in the focus, that they have their important role, that they have their needs considered. So in the end, the citizens can feel the result. And that is how we will meet the objective of being united, to be efficient and to serve our country. Thank you.
За сите ваши потреби да купите ново или користено возило под поволни финансиски услови и технички да их одржувате дени или рада од Nissan Willowdale ќе ви помогнат на наш јазик 905 881 3900.
А сега, почитувани гледачи, следува една музичка номера.
Skopje da se veseli. Srce da ti zaigra. Gradi duša. Tebe da te opiva. Celo Skopje čašija da reči, sumera pesna duša da svijeći. I celo Skopje čašija da gleda, otpusti me ja, kako me se gleda.
Неодамна за новинарите на Националниот етнички прес и медија Советна Канада, Джастин Трудо организираше прием во Мисисага, од кој во оваа емисија сакаме да ви прикажеме дел.
First start by thanking you all for coming here tonight. The impact of community media is growing across this country, and in a time where people are constantly asking questions about the relevance of media, of journalism, as we watch the big newspapers and TV channels struggling, community media like yours continues to grow more and more relevant. And it's not as some people suspect because it's all stories about the old country and it's tying people to back home, although in some cases it does a great job of that. It's about informing people about what's happening as Canadians in a way with a perspective that has people understand just how important it is to stay fully connected to this extraordinary country of which we are all such a proud part. Canada is really an extraordinary, special place. And I don't have to belabor that point because I know everyone here gets it. But we are truly this one place in the world that has figured out how to be strong, not in spite of our differences, but because of those differences. All the different languages, perspectives, religions, cultures that come together sometimes causes us to feel challenged in defining what is the Canadian identity. What is it to be a Canadian? What is a typical Canadian? You get moments where people say, oh, there's no such thing as a typical Canadian. There is no Canadian identity. Well, I'll tell you something. Right now, I'm looking at the Canadian identity. Our identity is in our diversity. And how we define ourselves. Since we can't, like so many other countries, define ourselves as belonging to one ethnicity or one history or one culture or one religion, and the countries that can do that successfully these days are dwindling in an increasingly globalized world where minorities and minority rights are increasingly important. But how do we define ourselves in a positive definition of what it is to be a Canadian is very simple. It's around our values. Those shared values that all of us as Canadians live by, that all of us and all of our cultures and perspectives know that we aspire to. Values of openness, respect, compassion, a willingness to work hard, a desire to be there for each other, a search for justice, for equality, for opportunity for the next generations. These are things that many countries around the world aspire to, but only Canada defines ourselves through those. And our capacity to continue to showcase the solution of a society that understands how a strong community is one in which we make room for our neighbor. We count on openness and respect as a way of making sure that there is enough success for all of us. And that has been our story in this country through hundreds and hundreds of years. People coming here, in many cases with very little in their pockets, working hard, succeeding, and mostly building a future for their kids to be able to succeed even better than they did. That is the dream that brought so many people to this country. And that is held true generation after generation, wave of immigration after wave of immigration. You know, a few weeks ago I was talking to some friends who weren't from Canada. And I simply mentioned, I was talking about my job in politics, and I talked about how I've been reaching out to new Canadians. They said, new Canadians, what's that? Well, it's, I guess, people who, immigrants, I guess. This new Canadian, what a great concept. And it sort of dawned on me that, in most countries around the world, people think of immigrants as, immigrants, not new Americans or new British or new French. And this idea is so central to what we are. You get to come here and not just hope that someday your kids or your kids' kids will be fully accepted. That you get to come here and immediately start taking responsibility for shaping the country that is now yours as a full and intrinsic part in this society. And people who say that the way of listening, of accommodating, of looking for common ground and compromise that one has to live with in a society is a way of easiness or weakness. Well, I tend to like to point out the experience of someone who was my second favorite Prime Minister, Wilfrid Laurier. Think about that one for a second. Wilfrid Laurier came up in a time where as a young lawyer, he was a strong French-Canadian Catholic. And the climate that he grew up in Quebec at that time was extremely divided. There was a sense of that someone who was French and Catholic was totally different from someone who was English and mostly Protestant, and they were completely irreconcilable. And Laurier said, well, that cannot be the case, because I've seen it reconciled here in Canada. And it doesn't make any sense that our leadership, that our politics be emphasized on divisions along, ethnic, or cultural, or religious lines, when in our neighborhoods, in our country, I see people getting along and respecting each other all the time. So he pushed back against those people of his own community, of his own faith, and said, you know what? No, it is easy, always easy to sit back in your identity and say anyone who's not of my identity is wrong. That's not a hard thing to do. That's an easy thing to do. It's much harder to reach out and look for that common ground. Look for those shared dreams, those shared hopes, those shared ideals. And build a community that understands, as we see in nature all the time, that diversity is the key to success. That different approaches, that different perspectives challenge us, yes, but make us better. Make us better able to see new solutions. Make us better understand not just others, but ourselves. And that has been the extraordinary genius of this incredible project, this incredible unfinished project called Canada. And all of us, each of us, in all of our ways, have the continued responsibility to contribute to building this project.
За сите ваши потреби да купите ново или користено возило под поволни финансиски услови и технички да их одржувате, Дени или Рада од Nissan Willowdale ќе ви помогнат на наш јазик 905-881-3900.
И во денешнава емисија имаме неколку информации. За сите ваши прослави и одбележувања користите ги банкет салите во црквата Свети Климент Охридски во Торонто. За информации и резервации јавете се на 416-421-7541. Канадското македонско место во Торонто е пензионерски дом кој ви обезбедува угодно и хармонично живење. За повеќе информации побарете ја Златка на 416-755-9231. За професионално и поволно дизајнирање на веб-сајтови побарајте ги TJ Hosting на 647-547-3061. И секако читајте македонски вести сега и со детални информации и важни надписи за македонската комуна во Торонто. За доверливо, професионално, практично пополнување на вашите такси, јавете се на Flintax Income Tax сервиси на 416-302-5433 и побарајте го Вецко. За сите врсти на животно осигурување, осигурување за критични болести, осигурување на вашиот кредит за куќа, инвалидско и здравствено осигурување и осигурување кога патувате, јавете се на 647-977-0233. Повторно следува следнава порака. За да набавите возило со врвен квалитет по поволни финансиски услови, јавете се кај Дени на телефон 905-881-3900 и прашајте за спектакуларниот попус за месец април. Почитувани гледачи, тоа е се што подготвивме за оваа емисија на македонско издание. До нашата наредна емисија за 2 недели, кога повторно ќе се видиме со нова емисија, ви благодарам за вашето ценето внимание, пријатно и довидување.
Ba da de do de 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 de, oh ba da 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 da.